This video of Steve Pieringer film taken on the day of the assassination was recently posted by some kid on YouTube, and of course I watch such things. And in this video some footage is displayed which I recognized as video I had seen before. Actually, I've seen all the video before, but I recognize this particular scene as being in Oak Cliff at the library that the suspect, or on the way to and at the library where the suspect had been reported to have been. And I have on my computer a video that I got from the 6th floor museum, an interview of the Tippit family, surviving members of the Tippit family at the time. And on that, in that video, they presented a Ron Reiland video, which had been recorded in 1964, a year after the assassination. And that's why I particularly recognized the footage here, because I knew I had it on my computer. And this is the relevant portion from that video.
At this point, we once again jumped into our units following a whole group of police cars that went racing over towards Jefferson Avenue to a public library.
And while the footage used here is not the same edit as used in the video posted on YouTube, it is the same footage. The same exact footage is in both videos. And to demonstrate that the footage is the same footage, even with a different edit, I put these two frames together, one on the left from the kid video and one on the right from the Ron Reiland video. And while there is a difference to it, it looks a little bit different. It looks like the car is at a slightly different perspective or angle or something. The fact is that every detail in the frame is exactly the same. The position of the police officer, whom you can see on the left frame over the CBS logo there behind the car, is exactly the same body position in the Ron Reiland version. And every other detail is exactly the same. So even if there is some kind of a perspective difference there, I don't know why that would be, there's no question whatsoever that both of these originate in the same frame of film. And therefore, we're getting the same footage, even if it's edited differently. We're getting the same footage in the Ron Reiland video that we get in the kid video or the Steve Pieringer video. So seeing that footage, which I knew as Ron Reiland footage, because Ron Reiland did go to Oak Cliff and take film, and he presented this as if, in the context of his going to Oak Cliff and taking film, when I saw that it was being presented here as Steve Pieringer film, I decided to make a comment. And I had not reviewed any of the material, I just saw it and made the comment, and the following conversation resulted. It is all Pieringer? I thought it was Ron Reiland who said he took the Oak Cliff footage. I don't recall anything about Pieringer in Oak Cliff. And the kid replies, this is all footage from CBS. Reiland would have been ABC or WFAA. Pieringer got a ride with the police over to Oak Cliff. And then I reply, do you have a source for Pieringer having gone to Oak Cliff? And the kid replies, I have a video on... Oh no, the kid doesn't reply yet. This is me again. I have a video on my computer of Ron Reiland narrating the Oak Cliff footage, saying that we went into the APB police car as if he personally was in it and taking the film in the car and at the library. This is a video of a broadcast made 1 year after the assassination. No CBS logo. Maybe Reiland and Pieringer both were in the same car. And the kid replied, again, Ron Reiland did not work for CBS. He worked for ABC. And then I replied, yeah, but you do have a reference for Pieringer. Yeah, but do you have a reference for Pieringer specifically going to Oak Cliff? It's a perfectly reasonable question. And the kid replied, I was able to determine it myself. The film in Dealey Plaza is definitely Pieringer's. And notice how all of the film has the same mark in the upper left corner of the image. This is the edge of the frame, and it is something that is unique for every camera. Therefore, I can conclude that all of this footage is Pieringer's. And I replied, projectors, or whatever device is running the original film, can also impart marks like that onto the image. It is the same film which Reiland presents. I think a little intellectual curiosity is called for, but if you don't want it, then I'll take it. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking it and making a video. Now, when the kid is talking about a mark in the upper left-hand corner, which he says means this was all taken from the same camera, what he's talking about is this mark here. And in this video that he shows, he is correct that that mark, or whatever it is in the upper left-hand corner of the video, whatever the scene is. That is whether the clip is from Fort Worth, which is in the upper left-hand corner, or at the Texas School Book Depository, which is in the middle, or in Oak Cliff, which is the bottom right. Whatever scene is in this film has that thing up in the corner, which I think is actually dust. But as I told him, it's not necessarily the camera. It could be the projector or whatever device it was used in order to transfer it to videotape. I think it was probably on videotape because it was presented as being saved from a television broadcast. So whatever device is playing the film could be putting that there. Now, the exact same edit that the kid uses for his Pieringer film video, that exact same edit exists elsewhere, and it's presented as being part of a live television broadcast narrated by Dan Rather on CBS. So the kid is absolutely right that this should be attributed to CBS or a CBS affiliate, which Pieringer is a member of the CBS affiliate. And I'll just play that section here so you can see that it's the exact same edit that the kid uses.
This is the motorcade route area. This is the kind of neighborhood in which the shooting occurred. Police.
Of course, Dan Rather is just making up stuff as usual, but apparently, if these videos are to be believed, and who knows, apparently this footage appeared on the day of the assassination, or maybe it was the evening, the day that it was taken, in the same edit the kid is using on a CBS broadcast, narrated by Dan Rather. And as I said, my example from the Ron Reiland video was broadcast a year later. So it makes sense to identify this as CBS footage. But Ron Reiland, who is not with a CBS affiliate, is an ABC affiliate, as the kid said, nonetheless, he is using this footage that originally aired as CBS footage without any attribution. He's just presenting it as if it was his own footage, though he doesn't say that specifically. But that's the way it comes off in this video. So this seems strange to me, that in 1964, one television station, or one network, is using the film of another television station, or another network, as if it is their own film. And I think that has a flavor of dishonesty about it, and perhaps that's the best point I can make here. It seems to me that Ron Reiland is being slippery and dishonest here. Maybe there's no nefarious point to it, but nonetheless, I think that when you're watching these films, it's instructive to keep that in mind, that as we can hear with Dan Rather when he narrates the film, he's just making up stuff. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And Ron Reiland, I think here in the thing I played, knows what he's talking about. But I don't think that the truth is the primary concern. I think it's show business. And perhaps that's the only point I can make here. So maybe I should stop babbling. Well, I've got a little time here, a little more time, so I think I'll babble a little more if you don't mind. This scene at the library is very strange looking to me. We are told by different people that when they got the news that the suspect was at the library, everybody left the furniture store and went over to the library. So this is supposed to be footage of the police storming the library, looking for the suspect who killed their police officer. And yet, it looks very desolate. It looks like there's very few policemen there. You got these guys running around the back of the library. There's like two guys there. Apparently there's one guy out front. You can see him if you study it, moving near a tree. And there's one car driving down the street. And there's another officer there. But it does not look like the police have showed up to storm the library. It looks like some kind of lame-ass film that was taken, like some couple of kids in their garage or their backyard or something took this. And there's no action here. If you've got police storming the library, I would think you would have something more than this film. And I think that's worth considering, especially, well, to me, I think the library thing was a diversion, and that was part of the plan in Oak Cliff. But I don't want to try to make this video about that. But I had a little more time, so I thought I would say that, and it gives a chance for people who want to watch this footage and appreciate it. And as far as I know, this is the only footage we have at the library, apparently taken by Steve Pieringer.